So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and very much welcome to Nobel Forum for the announcement of this year's Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. So my name is Thomas Perlman and I'm the Secretary of the Nobel Assembly. The Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute has today decided to award the 2021 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine jointly to David Julius and Ardem Patapoutian for their discoveries of receptors for temperature and touch. Here are the two laureates. David Julius was born in 1955 in New York. He performed his prize-winning studies at University of California, San Francisco, where he's still active. Ardem Patapoutian was born in 1967 in Beirut, in Lebanon. In his youth, he moved to Los Angeles in the USA. He performed his prize-winning work at Scripps Research La Jolla, California, where he's still active.
This year's Nobel Prize concerns our senses. Our senses allow us to perceive and interpret the world around us. Specialized sense organs, such as our eyes, ears, nose, and mouth, endow us with vision, hearing, smell, and taste. This year's Nobel Prize has to do with our ability to feel temperature and touch, a sense which is called somatosensation. Imagine that you're walking barefoot across a field on a summer's morning. You can feel the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the morning dew, a caressing summer breeze, and the fine texture of blades of grass underneath your feet. It monitors temperature, pain, touch, and the location and movement of our body, called proprioception. Such information continuously flows from the skin and other deep tissues and connects us with the external and internal world. It is also essential for tasks that we perform effortlessly and without much thought. For example, when taking a coffee on the go, a flow of information from sensors in legs and arms keep track on their position in space. Sensors in the skin registers the texture, size, and shape of the coffee cup, how warm it is, and correct the grip strength to keep a hold on the cup. Capsaicin can trick the brain into thinking there is an actual change in body temperature. It was known that capsaicin activates sensory neurons and that this activation is responsible for the burning sensation when eating chili peppers. However, the molecular receptor detecting capsaicin remained a mystery. Now we turn to the work that gave rise to this year's Nobel Prize. David Julius and his co-workers wished to identify the receptor for capsaicin on sensory neurons. Julius assumed that a single gene active in sensory neurons was responsible. He therefore made millions of DNA fragments corresponding to the genes that are active in sensory neurons, hoping that at least one of these would contain the gene for the capsaicin receptor. He introduced single DNA fragments into cells that are insensitive to capsaicin and then added capsaicin and recorded activity. This was a high-risk project, but after looking through large amounts of DNA fragments, the team finally succeeded and identified the capsaicin receptor.